All right. So, I've just completed the politics and war stuff video. It's not uploading yet, but it will be. We talk about wrestling. I haven't done a wrestling review or commentary video for a bit. Then over the CM Punk thing, that was about the last time, and Fuego del Sol. So, interesting things are afoot. It occurred to me that what's going on in WWE is kind of like there's two different royal house intrigues going on that seem to be archetypal enough that I can relate them to scenarios from Dune. One is that Vince's Paul, which unfortunately, weirdly, would make Shane Leto II, the God Emperor, the Worm, and would make Stephanie Ganima, or Vince's Duke Leto, and that would make Shane Paul, that would make Stephanie Alia, which would make Triple H Duncan Idaho, which if you're really into Dune is a not sure that's a fit. But you never know. You never know. But what it really comes to is that if Vince is the God Emperor Leto, the Worm, and Triple H is Duncan Idaho, then what you're looking at in WWE is when he was the tyrant in the storyline, he locked everyone down, did not let anyone leave or move or anything, and was extreme with the rules that he had. With the knowledge that one day he would die, and when he died, that lockdown would basically be released, and the people would scatter out into the universe in a far greater way, and it would be more beneficial to spread humanity out. But that the only way to do it right would be to first force them for 1,000 years to live under this terrible way, so that when they finally got free, they would spring farther. That was the whole point of God Emperor of Dune, is that he ruled in a particular, very specific way, so that people would hate him to the extent that when he died, they would all get up and move out. And it was Duncan Idaho that tipped the cart that sent the worm into the river that killed him. Since my last video about wrestling, Bryan Danielson has signed to AEW. Adam Cole has signed to AEW. Ric Flair has been cited repeatedly backstage at AEW. Included videoing some little skits for his own YouTube channel, hooking up with Marco Stunt, Orange Cassidy, a few other people. It's looking like Jeff Hardy's going to be done with WWE soon. You can only hope he gets to reunite with his brother, keep his residuals from WWE, and whatever he decides to do for the latter part of his career, be done so with his own creative control at a company that likes him. Another big thing. Right now, All Elite has apparently made what I think could turn out to be a very sound decision for the con money situation. They have spent so much money on a video game that has yet to come out. They have spent a ton of money operating Daily's Place, which they own, but you've got to pay your staff. And even at a skeleton crew with no, vending or anything else out in the front, you got people that are out of work. You're trying to find ways, and it's so the billions of dollars is a shitload of money, and it's basically like you could personally live as if you never ran out of money. But when you're providing for possibly hundreds or thousands of people's employment, that money will run out. And if you're dropping a fucking double-digit number of millions of dollars into a video game that has yet to be released, other than to show a scene with two characters. Um, that's a lot of money, right? So a sound financial decision appears to have been made because while it was great to have a place like Daly's Place, AEW has made what appears to be a sound financial decision in that while it is great to have a place like Daly's Place, a sizable indoor-outdoor amphitheater, all your wrestling stuff is right there ready to go if you need it because it's your hometown, great. But if they could be renting that venue out for concerts now that the pandemic season is over and people can come and go as they please, and they're in Florida, which is a state that says that we don't give a shit about vaccine mandates, you can get big crowds to show up for concerts at your venue, which brings in money. So yeah, definitely. So what they did was, without apparently really saying much, until I saw this week's Sammy vlog, which was filmed last week on one of the days, but I haven't figured out what day yet. So now we have a new puzzle too. That's the other thing. When All Elite doesn't tell you what they're doing and you just watch the content, you notice there are some changes, then they announce the change. You get to figure out what day of the week are they shooting this on. Because it's released on Tuesday, that doesn't mean it's not shot that morning. It's last week's vlog content, right? So I'm watching the Sammy vlog, and Sammy's off doing wrestling stuff on the road or cons or whatever, wherever he's at, and the guys that aren't working are doing dark. But it's not at Daly's Place. Instead of walking around Daly's Place, I see these dudes taking a tour of Universal Studios. And I'm like, oh, are you at an appearance or something? It turns out they made a deal with Universal Studios. So like you used to be able to go to the Universal Studios and like they would have certain game shows and stuff that you could go sit in on a session of and pay for the ticket, and it was at the studios, right? In Orlando at Universal Studios, AEW Dark is now set up shop. That's their home now. They said so on the announcement. So there's going to be, people can go down to fucking Universal Studios, Florida, pay for a ticket to watch an hour of Dark matches. It's not like a constant show kind of thing, but it's like, you know, you want to watch Dark, you get your little piece of AEW down at Universal Studios. That's actually kind of cool. I mean, I don't know about Universal as a company, you know, let's not get started on all that corporate shit because they all suck, right? It's interesting, though, that they've got Turner, Warner, and Universal behind AEW now. So then I watched Dark, and I was like, let's see what we got, right? Well, okay, so what it's going to be is it's going to be mostly named talent getting over lesser-known talent, but what it means is that some of this lesser-known talent, the enhancement, gets to take a trip down to Universal Studios and also perform and get paid. Maybe their trip is comped, who knows? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they pay for their own plane tickets, but then they make enough money to afford it. But, and also some of the named enhancement talent. We're going to see a lot more, I think, down there with their Dark setup. You're going to have Kylan King. You're going to have Baron Black. These guys are going to be stars. I think Fuego is in on that. Like basically the Friend Olympics people are going to end up being able to be down there when they're not working on the road. Or if it's a different day of the week, that means they can do both. But what I saw on Dark for this week, and I hope they continue this, is an almost NWA style setup. Slightly smaller stage. They do not do the commentary sitting right there by the stage. They do not do the promos and interviews before and after the matches like NWA, and rather you get a little bit longer matches. So there was an average match length of I think 6 or 7 minutes yesterday, or Tuesday, for 8 matches. But there were also promos and things. One of the matches was kind of a squash. Another couple of matches were a little more competitive. And so what I mostly saw was, other than a powerhouse whose job it is to squash, I saw a lot of really competitive Dark matches. Ashley D'Amboise was there. She had a great match with Anna Jay. It was very competitive. It was not, we're going to show off one or the other because, Ashley's got her own independent scene fame as well, and there's a number of other wrestlers that came on through there, but it's like, okay, cool, so guess what? People are going to go pay to see some of these folks down at Orlando. And it's a bonus job for anybody that wants to collect a little bit of a paycheck or something, but they're not, on the road right now. It's also good for promotion. It's good for folks that are down at Universal that don't know about wrestling, and their friend says, dude, come check this out. You're going to freaking love it. And they go in, and you've got, new costume murder gymnastics fans after this, right? So the wave is propagating throughout the industry of what's going on. They are rebuilding the territories by working with the Forbidden Door. They are touring, and all the places they go, any local talent, any smaller promotions on the independent circuit that they can get in contact with and promote, they do so. And in doing so, build the territories, build the grassroots fan base for future wrestling fans. And also build the possibility, the avenues for advancement for wrestling talent. So rather than keep all your eggs in one basket, keep all your hens and roosters locked up in a fence, and keep all of your assets and everything hoarded together and like a dragon on gold, do not allow anyone, to have any of your talent or your assets. Rather than do that at the detriment to the rest of the industry, the territories and everything. Rather than do that, they are out there, they are embracing the other territories, they are saying, this is about wrestling, this is not about our company. Our company is here and can do this thing, let's embrace wrestling. And so there are a lot of independent enhancement talent going to show up at these live shows that nobody's ever really seen before unless they're already watching the dirt circuit. And this is a chance for exposure, this is a chance for a paycheck that's better than sometimes some headline shows on the dirt circuit. But it's a chance to promote these other promotions. So, yeah, very, very exciting time to be a wrestling fan. I don't know what else to say besides that. I guess this isn't going to be a half-hour long video, huh? I am actually going to watch yesterday's Dynamite today. I had to work. I didn't get a chance to catch it from the start on the West Coast feed for the night part. So once it's available, it should be up by now, I think, on the on-demand thing on the TNT app, and I'm going to watch it that way here in a little bit. But I probably might do that this evening after I've done my outside work and gone to town and got my uploads done, because it takes a lot of bandwidth. The app prefers high def. So yeah, the business is booming. The entertainment is great. I'm looking forward to watching this Dynamite. I want to see how Adam Cole does. Of course, it's probably going to be good. I've heard what the little tidbits and snippets are. I'm looking forward to the confrontation between Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson, and a match being set up. I think those two guys wrestling will be great. Or they'll intentionally do it poorly just to be funny, but I doubt that. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to what's going to be coming out. I'll leave it at that. WWE is on Monday nights, I think Thursday nights and Friday nights between Fox and USA. Check your local listings. All Elite Wrestling is on TNT Wednesdays and Fridays, unless they change their schedule for special reasons. Impact and Ring of Honor are on some of the smaller cable networks and other distributions. You can order them on demand or fight.tv, FITE.tv. This is not a paid promotion for anybody. There are a bunch of big indies, and there are also a bunch of small big times, all operating. And now, with the cooperation of a company like All Elite, you're going to have a chance to find out about them and about some of their amazing talent. A lot of the best enhancement and some of the new stars, up-and-comers in AEW and WWE, all came from the same dirt circuit. So it's important to watch that circuit, because that's the garden bed from whence the produce grows. So anyways, I hope everybody has a good day. I can't think of really anything else I'm going to produce for content today unless I decide to do some outside video talking about nature stuff and or the lawn work, and that'll be in several hours. So, peace out.